Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swami Niti Namini. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandegam Sri Guru Shri Uttapadakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sakagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sakagana Lalita Sri Visakanvitamscha. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosude Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarvyascha Kripa Sindhubhye Vachapatitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaurabhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Isvaraga Paramaga Krishnaga Satchidananda Vigraga Anadi Radir Govindaga Sarva Karana Karanam. Hare Krishna. By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita, the most confidential knowledge. So in Bhagavad Gita, we understand very well that we have to free ourselves from the dualities of this material world. So in this material world, everything has got two sides. Normally we say that coin has got two sides, head or tail. That's what in any probability or statistics courses, when they study, the first thing they will study about the coins having head or tail. So like that, in this material world, everything has got two sides. Not in Goloka, not in spiritual world Goloka. In this material world, that is known as Dvandva or Dvaita. Dvandva, Dvaita, all such things. We think that like Advaita, Dvaita, all such things, one thing, two things, all such things. That is not discussed in Bhagavad Gita at all. Any sincere student of Bhagavad Gita is not worried about Dvaita, Advaita, all such things. If we are talking about that, we are wasting our time. Because Krishna is not teaching about that, and why should we worry about it? That's the main point. I and God are one, or I and God are different. That's what Advaita and Dvaita or Vishishta Advaita. We are both one and same and different also. So all these things, it is not needed for us to even understand about it. We are Krishna's Amsa. Means we have Krishna's nature. That's Krishna is already teaching us. So when we and Krishna are same, then how can we struggle in this material world when Krishna says that Mamaivamsa Jiva Loke, Jiva Bhuta Sanatanaga, Managa Sastani Indriyani, Prakritistani, Karsati. Why should we struggle in this material world if I am also Krishna? If I and Krishna are the same, then why should I struggle and suffer in this material world? So we need to understand that we are not the same, but we are part and parcel of Krishna. We are his Amsa. So that way, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he is always the supreme enjoyer. But we are in this material world, we can say ourselves the supreme, instead of the opposite for enjoyer, we are struggling. Supreme struggle, what we are experiencing in this material world. Supreme distress, that's it. Because this material world is full of distress only. So when we are in this material world, we should not be simply saying that Aham Brahmasmi, so I am myself and Krishna, both are the same. Once I realize I will become Krishna or I will become God, so God and me are the one. So all such things are waste of time only. All those philosophical discussions, all those lectures or everything is simply we are wasting our time. We have to go to Goloka and enjoy with Krishna. That's what is very important. We don't want to struggle in this material world always. So that means we have to free ourselves from that dvandva, that is dvaida. So that is chinna dvaida. Chinna dvaida yadatmanaga sarvabhuta hiterataga. That's what Krishna is using the word chinna dvaida. Means we need to destroy. We need to destroy the dvaida, the dualities. Nirdvandvo. Nirdvandvo, nitya sattvasto, niryogakshema atmavan. That's what Krishna is asking Arjuna. That means Krishna is asking us also. Nirdvandvo. Nirdvandvo means free from the dualities. Nirdvandvo, nitya sattvasto, niryogakshema atmavan. So when we can be ourselves nirdvandvo, free from dualities, only when we are not after the yoga kshemam, after the material benefits, niryoga kshema. So whatever we do, we should not be expecting the results. When we are not expecting the results, so that means we are free from dualities. So that means we are situated on our self, own self, Atmavan. So that's why niryoga kshema, Atmavan. That's what Krishna is teaching us. We need to attain that position. We need to attain the position of Atmavan. That means situated on the self. So Nirdvandva. So for that, we have to be just happy with what we get in this material world. Yadircha labha santushto. Dvandva atito. That's why Dvandva atito. Vimatsara. So free from dualities. Dvandva atito. Free from envy, vimatsaraga. Yadirchalabha santushto dvandvatito vimatsaraga samaga siddhau asiddhau cha kritvapi nanibadhyate. So when we are acting, when we are doing all kinds of activities in this material world, if we are able to act in this way, so that means be happy with what we get. Don't get disturbed with what we get. Be happy with what we get. And of course, Lord Sri Krishna is going to give us what we need. So we have to be happy. So Krishna is taking care of us and Krishna is giving us everything what we need. So we should be happy with what we get. So, yadircha labha santushto. Be satisfied. And dvandva atito, free from the dvandva, dualities. Dvandva atito vimatsaraga, free from envy. So if we are freed from the dualities, we are freed from enviousness also. We don't have to envy anyone. No need to envy anyone. So at that point of time, we can be equal in both success and failure. Samaga siddhau asiddhau cha. If you achieve all these qualities, then kritva means when we act. Kritva api na nibadhyate. We are not bound. Kritva api na nibadhyate. That's what Krishna is teaching us. So we have to act in such a way. So that means we should not have any other desires. Nirasya. Nirasi yatachittatma tyakta sarva parigragaga sariram kevalam karma kurvannapnoti kilvisham. So nirasi yatha chittatma tyakta sarva parigraga. So we should not have any desires. That's why in the previous sloka, Krishna is teaching that in the 4th chapter, Tektva karma pala sangam nitya tripto nirasrayaga karmani abhipravrittopi naiva kinchit karoti saha. So, Tektva karma pala sangam, by giving up all attachments to the results. Krishna is not asking us to give up the results. Krishna is asking us to give up the attachment to the results. Tektva karma pala sangam. Nitya tripto nirasrayaga. Always satisfied. Nitya tripto. Without having any desires. Nirasrayaga. Nitya tripto nirasrayaga. Karmani abhipravrittopi. When we perform the activities, naiva kinchit karoti. We are not doing anything. Nothing is going to bind us. That's what karmani abhipravrittopi naiva kinchit karoti. We are not the doer. We are not doing anything. Nothing is going to affect us. When we are able to give up the attachment to the results. Tektva karma palasam. So that's why Krishna is teaching that nirasi yatha chittatma tyakta sarva parigraha sariram kevalam karma kurvannapnoti kilbisham. So when we are able to give up all desires, nirasi yatha chittatma tyakta sarva parigraha, give up all varieties, all sense of proprietorship. That's it. Tyakta sarva parigraha sariram kevalam karma kurvan. So if we simply act to maintain our body, sariram kevalam karma kurvannapnoti kilbismi. All have to work. To maintain our body, we need to work. If you don't move our legs and hands, we are not going to live. We are already stuck inside this material body. If you don't walk, if you don't exercise, if you are not very active, that means if you don't spend the energy, what we take in. So there is a problem in today's modern so-called modern world, modern life. People are stressed very much, and unfortunately all are big TVs and big couches, like sofas, things like that. So that's what couch potato. They call such people as couch potato. So simply sitting there and watching all the time TVs, serials, games, movies, and all such things, and simply eating junk foods, ordering online and just eating. And what is happening? The intake is more. We are taking in a lot of energy. But that energy has to be spent. If you don't spend that energy gets stored, because it's law of conservation of energy. You take in more energy, and if you don't spend that energy, that is getting stored in our body as the belly fat, and all kinds of problems it's going to create to us. So that means we are going to put overweight. Not even overweight, we will become obese. So this obesity is a big problem. All kinds of health issues comes just because of this obesity or overeating. That's what is very important. So we need to act, we need to perform, we need to exercise. So that's why Krishna is teaching us that sariram kevalam karma kurvannapnoti kilbisham. So if we just perform the duties only to maintain our body, so then we are not going to get any sins. So that means we should not be attached to the results, attached to the sense objects. We should be simply attached only to Krishna and simply do all kinds of activities and work for Krishna. And once we decide to work for Krishna, we will get a lot of work actually. Krishna will extract much more work from us. He knows our potential, even we don't know. If you are ready to serve Krishna, Srila Prabhupada is a very good example actually. At the age of 70, he came to US as a single person on a cargo ship. He traveled for months. And afterwards, he established the International Society for Krishna Consciousness So when he was 70 years old, then he traveled the entire globe 14 times and established ISKCON everywhere, all over the world. Each and every city there is ISKCON temple. So that is because Krishna is making him to work so much for him, for Krishna. So that means Krishna gives us the energy, Krishna gives us the knowledge, Krishna gives us the motivation, Krishna gives us the strength, and everything comes from Krishna. And we will be working for Krishna. We will be very busy all the time in serving Krishna. And while doing so, we will be very, very, very happy. That's what is the formula for happiness. Because when we are serving Krishna, when we are doing everything for Krishna, that gives us happiness. That is the true happiness, the real happiness. The real happiness comes when we are able to please Krishna, when we are able to serve Krishna. When we are satisfied in serving Krishna, there is a real satisfaction. There is a real enjoyment, happiness. Other things are all false satisfaction, false enjoyment. So in this material world, they are not really enjoyments. They are only the source of suffering, which we have studied many times. That is dukkha yone evate. So that is the source of suffering in this material world. Whatever we do, we are going to struggle and suffer only in this material world. It's only dukkha, only distress. We are not going to be happy at all in this material world. So that way, the devotee of Krishna will become very busy in serving Krishna, and Krishna also will get so much of work from the devotee. But we have to balance everything. That's also very important. We need to balance, means like we need to sleep enough, we need to eat enough. All such things has to be maintained. Otherwise, if we are not serving Krishna, that's what is very important. Sleeping 7 to 8 hours a day is actually service to Krishna only. If we are not sleeping that much, that means we are not serving Krishna. We are not pleasing Krishna. Whatever may be the reason. We can say that I'm working for Krishna only, I'm engaged in Krishna's service, so I'm not finding enough time to sleep. That is not acceptable. Krishna is teaching us that very clearly. If you don't sleep enough, then there is no yoga. So that means we cannot go to Krishna. So similarly, eating also, prasadam only. We should take only prasadam offered to Krishna, and then we cannot say that, oh, it is prasadam, it is offered to Krishna, so I want to take a lot. No, that is not correct. Even though it is prasadam offered to Krishna, still that control should be there on how much we eat, all those things. One should not eat too much, one should not eat too little. One should not sleep too much, one should not sleep too little. So that means we are serving Krishna. So once we are ready to serve Krishna, so then Krishna is giving us so much of opportunities. We will be able to, we ourselves, our team itself, we are realizing that right now. Like like we finished the entire Bhagavad Gita once and we are studying again. We are already in the 2nd chapter. Now we are enjoying, we are learning about the self, that we are not the body, we are the soul. Very scientifically, Krishna is teaching us everything, and every day we are enjoying. And we are also getting a lot of opportunities to serve Krishna, to spread this message. We are able to now team up in different cities, a lot of devotees, and Krishna is guiding us, and we are able to do a lot of service. Our goal is only one, just identify devotees. That's it. And give them Bhagavad Gita knowledge. So Krishna has given us this gift. Krishna is asking us to deliver this gift to his devotees. There is a service we need to do it to Krishna. There is a service we need to do it to the devotees. There is a service we have to do it for ourselves. So this particular service satisfies everyone. This service of spreading Krishna's message, this Bhagavad Gita, it satisfies the one who gives this knowledge, it satisfies the one who receives this knowledge, and ultimately it satisfies the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. So that way we have to be engaged in serving Krishna in this way. So then it is very much assured that we will go to Goloka very soon. We don't have to come back to this material world again and again to struggle and suffer. So that is going to happen. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we finished 13 slokas in the 2nd chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So what we are understanding here, in the 12th sloka, Krishna is teaching that Natvevaham jatu nasam natvam neme janadipaka nachaiva nabhavishyamaka sarve vayam atah param. So Krishna is teaching that never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these things, nor in the future shall any of us cease to exist. So that's what Krishna is teaching. So that means we are always there. The soul is always there. There is no death for soul at any point of time, neither birth nor death. So there is the law of conservation of soul. The soul is always there. So that's what we are understanding. So never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these things, nor in the future shall any of us cease to be. So that's what Krishna is. Then in the next sloka, in the sloka number 13, what we studied, Krishna is very scientifically explaining that we are not the body, we are the soul. So, Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yavvanam jara tatha dekantara praptir dhirastatra namuhyati. So, being inside the body, so that is the soul, Dehinosmin, how it is changing body from the boyhood to youth, youth to old age, kaumaram, yavvanam, jara, kaumaram dega, yavvanam dega, jara dega. So we are changing our bodies. Similarly, tata dekantara praptir. Similarly, at the end, antara, at the end, so we are going to get another body, deha, dehantara praptir. Dhirastatra namukhyati. A dhira, a sober person, is not bewildered by such a change. So that's what Krishna is teaching us. That dhirastatra namukhyati. So that's what in the 13th sloka, what Krishna is teaching us. Then in the next sloka, in the 14th sloka, what Krishna is teaching us, that there is a sloka what we are studying today. Matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkadaga agama payino anityas tam stitikshasva bharata. Matra sparshastu kaunteya. So, sparsha means sensory perception. Yegi samsparsaja bhoga. That's what in the 5th chapter we studied. Yegi samsparsaja bhoga dukkayonayayevate. So that sparsha. Sparsha means when our material senses are in contact with material sense objects. So that whatever that feeling we are getting, that's what sensory perception. So the perception of senses. So that's what is called matra sparsha. Matra sparshastu kaunteya, O son of Kunti. So sitoshana sukha dukkhada. So the happiness and the distress. So that's what our sensory perception. So similarly, the sitoshana. So that's what we have in our skin. We have temperature sensors are there. So touch sensors, temperature sensors, pain sensors. All kinds of sensors are there. So different kinds of neurons are actually under our skin. So they sense temperature, touch, pressure, pain, all such things. So even smooth touch, rough touch, all kinds of sensors are there. So that is these sense objects, whatever we are feeling. So that is sitoshna, sita and ushna, heat and cold, winter and summer. So there is heat and cold, summer and winter, that comes. So like that, sukha and dukkha also like that only. Happiness and distress also with our material senses. So we are going to keep getting. So if you think that we are happy now, that means we were not happy before. That means we are not going to be happy after. So that's what if we are happy now. If we say that I'm very happy now, so that means we know we were not at all happy before that. And there is no guarantee that this material happiness is going to stay. This kind of enjoyment is not permanent. It's temporary. So it's always like winter and summer season, it comes and goes. So that's why Shitoshana Sukha Dukkha. Agama Apayino. Agama means it comes, Apayino means it goes. So Agama Apayino. So Tam Sthitiksasva Bharata, one must learn to tolerate them. Tam Sthitiksasva means try to tolerate without being disturbed. That's what Krishna is teaching us in this material world, the so-called happiness and distress. So what we are experiencing with our senses, so they are flickering, they always come and go. So it is not permanent. So only thing we should be able to tolerate, and how that is going to be possible? Only when we are able to connect ourselves with Krishna. When all our senses are engaged in Krishna's service, then only it is possible. Otherwise it is not possible. So, O son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress and their disappearance in due course are like the appearance and disappearance of winter and summer seasons. They arise from sense perception, O sign of Bharata. And one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed. That's what Krishna is teaching. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished the 14th sloka in the second chapter. Now let us chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and focus our mind on the transcendental sound vibration. Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swami Niti Namini. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurmilitam Mena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Guruji, Hare Krishna to all the devotees. I kindly request the devotees to use the Zoom raise hand feature to ask your questions to Guruji. Vishnuvardhan Rao Prabhu has raised his hand.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Vishnuvardhan Rao Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. No Krishna Guruji, thank you Guruji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Guruji. Yeah, there are no questions. Thank you Guruji for today's class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Asha Singh Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much Guruji for wonderful session.
Thank you Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Daily class is very important Guruji.
Yes Mataji, Krishna's mercy we are able to understand every day.
Yes,
We are able to enjoy every day.
we are enjoying really. We are very fortunate.
Yes Mataji, Krishna's mercy only, causeless mercy.
Thank you Guruji.
Thank you
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Mahendra Shukla Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare Palaniyappa Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So today's class also was very much interesting, and what explanation you have given for Sloka 14 is really very interesting, because day-to-day life we face the same thing, heat and cold. All the time we get both nervousness and happiness, both coming and going in life.
Yes, in a day it's
We don't realize in day-to-day life. We
Yes.
just taken it as easy and going ahead. All the people are more or less the same way we behave, instead of praying Krishna and going to his Goloka. We
Yes,
don't
sir.
think. Unless otherwise people like Gurujis like you teach us, and we fortunately join with the classes and realize we don't come to that stage at all. Very even because normal way of worshipping God is different in our country. Because we go to temple and pray God for materialistic thing, and that is the way parents also teaches us from day one. That is the problem with us, which we have to change. Means Bhagavad Gita to be taught everywhere. That is the requirement. But where? So 1 in 1,000 only believe in that. But that is the problem with us. Anyway, we hope that we will come out and Krishna will help us in realizing that and doing it. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Girish Punwani Mataji, Hare Krishna. Munmun Mataji, Hare Krishna. Hina Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you so much, Guruji, for today's class also. Sunday, when Sunday comes, we feel like it's like a long weekend we have spent without listening your voice. And again, from Monday, I was waiting from 9 o'clock that it will start,
Yes.
but I think a little late it started, but no problem, Guruji. At least we listen every day and we are in Krishna consciousness with you, with your blessings, Guruji.
Krishna's mercy, Mataji. We will.
Thank you so much, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna. Munmun Mataji, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. I think last 2 classes I was not able to join, but I was checking with the YouTube only, like Friday and Saturday class I missed actually. So anyway, the Friday classes you every time before the today class starting, you explained that sloka one more time.
Yes.
So the good part that if you missed also,
Yeah.
we know that which sloka we left actually. So thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji. No questions from me.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Vrinda Jai Singh Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the class. I was just feeling that I am so blessed and with your mercy and Krishna's mercy that even attending the class, you know, opportunity is created for us luckily. Yes. And, you know, there's no real obstacle in front of us at this point of time and this time of the class. So I really feel so blessed that we are made to listen to your talk so that we get connected to Krishna. So this is a great opportunity that Krishna is giving us.
There is no doubt, Mataji. Krishna's mercy only.
Yes, if it was not his mercy, I mean, we would just not be here.
Yes.
Thank you, Guruji. And today's class, the thing is what you said for we are the same as Krishna. But we are same in quality. But quantitatively, I think we are very tiny.
We are infinitesimal. Krishna is infinite.
Yes. So we need to keep that in mind. That
Yeah.
So if you then how I mean, would you say I am Krishna?
No, that is wrong. I said in today's class, people say that I am also Krishna. That is not right thing. That's what I said, Mother.
Yes, Guruji. So
you cannot say like that. I am Brahmasmi. That means I and God are the same. So that is not the right thing. That's what I said.
Yes, Guruji. But qualitatively, we are the same substance.
Yeah, we are also Sanatana. That's why Krishna is there. Mamevamse Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. So Jiva Bhuta is Sanatana. So we are eternal. So that way Krishna is also eternal, we are also eternal. And Krishna is unborn, we are also unborn. So we are always there. So all such things are true only, but we are not Krishna. Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Krishna is the Purushottama. Krishna is the Super Soul. Yasmat Ksharam Athitokam Aksharat Apicha Uttamaga. Atosmi Loke Vedecha Pratitaka Purushottama. Only Krishna is celebrated in all the worlds as Purushottama, not ourselves. So that way we cannot say that we are also, I and Krishna are the same, I and God are the same. That is not correct. That's what I say.
Yes, Guruji. Very nice. So we are here to serve Krishna. That's our main goal, to please Krishna.
Yeah, no, we have to go to Goloka by serving Krishna. We should not be here by not serving Krishna. We should go to Goloka by serving Krishna.
Yes, Guruji. Yes, so our ultimate aim is to serve Krishna and reach Goloka. Yes.
That's it. Exactly.
Yes,
Serve Krishna
Guruji.
with love and devotion and then reach Goloka. Unconditional
Yes.
love and devotion. That's it.
Yes, it's very encouraging, very inspiring, and it motivates us and reminds us again and again that we have to get away from these material attachments that we have formed.
Yes.
It's not the results, but it's our attachment to the results, as you said
That's
today.
That's correct. Yes.
Yes, Guruji. Hope by your mercy and Krishna's mercy, we really move ahead with full concentration and mind. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Chitrita Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Grateful to Vrinda Mataji for bringing up this topic, because then what about Advaita? What is Advaita then?
Advaita means we say that myself and God are not different. We are the same. So that is what we should not be even asking these questions like Advaita. It is not relevant because it's not discussed in Bhagavad Gita. That's what I mentioned today in the lecture. That these kind of things are only deviating us away from Bhagavad Gita. Advaita. It is not. We have to just study Bhagavad Gita, what Krishna is teaching in Bhagavad Gita. That's what is very important.
So that is actually of no consequence. So basic thing is that
given somewhere, some other scripture, that's okay. But I don't even know which scripture is given or not. But if it is not there in Bhagavad Gita, then why we should worry? Why we should?
Just serve Krishna and be faithful and be kind to people.
And be happy. That's it.
That's it. That's right. Thank you so much, Guruji. No questions. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Deepesh Maini Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Sorry, I missed the class last 3 days, and I just read through the verses and caught up a little bit. But yeah, hopefully I should be okay going forward. It's just busy time. But thank you for the wonderful class, Guruji. I think the duality part is very interesting always, every time I hear about it. And then also the way Krishna explains that, it's not the same body which you were born with, your body grew, your soul grew, and then your memories grew. And then, when you die, you just take over another set of body. So you're always going to exist. I think you had mentioned before, Guruji, the memory stays with the human body. The soul does not carry anything with it.
No.
But the soul's nature changes during a lifetime, and the soul carries that nature. Does it carry the nature?
There is this Swabhava.
Can you explain that?
Swabhava is the modes of that nature only is binding us to the next body. This Swabhava only is binding us to the material body. Sattvam Rajas Tama iti Gunaga Prakriti Sambhavaga, Nibandhananti Mahabhago, Dege Deginam Avyam. This Swabhava only is binding us. So this Swabhava goes with the soul.
Okay.
Not only goes with the soul, the Swabhava only carries the soul to the next body.
But the Swabhava learns something and changes during one lifetime and then moves forward?
Yes, during the lifetime also, our Swabhava keeps on changing depending upon what kind of interactions we have. So nature and nurture, that's what they say, even in genetics also, even in the genes also. So there is nature and nurture. So what is they call it as epigenetics. So by nature, we are born with certain genes, but by our lifestyle and other things also, the genes will change actually. So that's what is nurture.
But genes are part of human body, right? It's
That's
not
correct.
part of
Genes are
soul.
part of human body. I'm saying even those genes are changing. So like that, the Swabhava also changes.
Okay, got it.
Swabhava, because of what our surroundings, influences, everything, because Swabhava itself, the modes of nature itself is highly contagious. That's why when somebody is angry and doing something, especially at home or anywhere, or boss or something, then we also get upset, correct? Why we should get upset if somebody is having them controlled by the mode of passion? Why should we should get upset and get controlled by the mode of passion? That Swabhava is just, it's highly infectious.
So it is getting the influence of somebody else's soul.
That's correct,
also.
infectious. It is highly infectious. Yes.
Okay, Guruji. Yes, Guruji, thank you for that explanation. I've heard it in different ways few times, but I always like to understand it deeper so that I hear it more times. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Gayatri Sivakumar Mataji, Hare Krishna. Suresh Tabi Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Very nice class, Guruji. I have no specific question today, but it was your interaction with the people are also very interesting. So that also gives a knowledge to us. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Sunil Shivas Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. No question, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Satyendra Singh Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Pranam.
Pranam Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Again, the wonderful lesson today also. And today you have given a tip that we should optimize our intake. Even we should see that the prasadam also you should not take more. It should be sufficient time. And that is the beautiful tip. And to maintain body and utilize the energy in the service of Lord Krishna. That is the mool mantra of your today's class. That is a wonderful tip day to day for maintaining body also and serving Krishna also. This is the really useful tip. We should always remember. Even for prasadam also, we should be careful. And that is the beautiful class. Hare Krishna, बहुत सुंदर class. Thank you very much, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Ravindra Goyal Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Sorry, you got muted again. 1 second, Prabhu. Let me unmute. Hare Krishna, Ravindra Goyal.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Very nice learning. I just want to add a few things. We were talking to some Prabhuji. He was saying how the this Maya works and how do we get the another body. Actually, once we have discussed, this is something like a hardware and software. We have been installed, we have been sent in this world by installing a software. That software keeps on modifying itself depending upon our free will. The way we want to modify ourselves, accordingly the software decides how our future will be, our destiny will be decided. And whatever we do throughout our life, the same concept, same things will get remembered at the time of leaving this body, and accordingly we will get the another body.
Yes.
So it is important for us to keep our mindset or our consciousness as pious as possible, and that is possible only by remembering Krishna all the time.
Yes.
So this is very great learning, and it's a universal thing. Even in our personal life also, we get attracted towards those things for which we have ever in the past thought about very, very intensely. So we get those avenues in our personal life also, in our official life also. So this is a universal law, I think we are discussing. It's a perfectly scientific. It's a perfectly scientific. So
This is science.
Yeah, thank you very much, Guruji. This is a wonderful learning. Grateful to you. Hare Krishna.
No problem. Hare Krishna. Sumati Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare
Thank you.
Krishna.
Thank you for a wonderful class. And thank you for always keeping us in Krishna consciousness. The one question I had, Guruji, is that you said the Swabhava is carried over from one birth to another.
Yes.
Is that what they say, the gunas that we are born with, like Rakshasa guna or Deva guna, something, all that they say? Is it that type of guna that we are born with, and then we can change it over our lifetime?
That is correct. That's why in Tamil they call it as Piravi Gunam, correct? I don't know in other.
Yeah, Piravi gunam. Yeah. Well, the nature you're born with, but that nature can be changed over the lifetime by the, by what
next birth, our gunas will be based on this lifetime, what we are doing.
Okay. So in the Vedas also has all these things. I think, see, Bhagavad Gita, you have told is a saramsha of the Vedas. So this Dvaita Advaita discussion that is going on, where they say Tattvamasi, I am that. That is, I am God. That is also a part of the Vedas. It comes in the Upanishads, Guruji. And after a lot of discussions, people, come to different conclusions. So our Krishna consciousness conclusion is that we are different. Krishna is different and we are different, although we are a part of Krishna.
Bhagavad Gita. That's it.
Yes, the Bhagavad Gita's conclusion is that we are amsam, as you say, a part of Krishna, but we are not him. He's the whole and we are a part.
That's correct. We are not Krishna. That's
Yes.
We always have our own individuality. We never lose it.
Yes.
If we go to Goloka, we'll enjoy with Krishna. In this material world, we are struggling in this material nature.
Yes. And in Krishna consciousness, the motto is goal is Goloka.
Yes.
Right? All the actions that we do.
To free ourselves from the modes of nature and go to Goloka and enjoy with Krishna all the time. Yes.
Okay. So
that's why
does it mean in other faiths or in other this one that they will go to a different loka, you are telling, right? Swarga loka or Brahma loka or
whatever they remember at the time of death, they will go. Yes.
Whichever this one.
Yanti deva vrtaga devan pitruni yanti pitrun vrtaga bhutani yanti bhuteja yanti madhyajino apimam. So those who worship the demigods will go there. Those who worship the forefathers will go to them. Those who worship the ghost and spirit will go to them. Those who worship me will come to me. That's what Krishna is doing.
Yes. And plus you have told that what we think at the time of death only actually determines where we go.
Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tejati ante kalevaram. Tam tam evaiti kaunteya sada tadbhava bhavita. So whatever form one remembers at the time of death, he will attain it without fail. So that's what. So whatever we remember now, we are going to remember at the time of death. So that's why we need to remember Krishna. Chant Hare Krishna.
Yes, Guru.
It's all scientific. Everything is completely science here.
It is all basically tuning the mind. Tuning the mind to be in one.
The mind. Training the mind to remember Krishna. Forget material wealth. Yes, ma'am.
Correct. Okay, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji.
That's why
Thank
Krishna
you.
is
Hare
said, Manasamyamya Machito Yukta Asita Matparaga. So control your mind by thinking about it, by keeping me as your destination. Yes.
Okay. And our chanting is one of the methods of tuning the mind.
Yeah, not even one of the method. There is only one method.
The only
main
method.
Yeah. So other things,
Okay.
studying Bhagavad Gita, we are getting the knowledge about Krishna, all those things, Bhagavad Gita, everything. So chanting is the only way to control our mind.
Okay. Okay. All right, Guruji. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Mataji, Hare Krishna. Mataji.
Thank you so much, Guruji, for today's class. And I don't have any questions, but the fact that you told that Krishna, we have the Ansha of Krishna in us. A part of Krishna is in us. So when we have a lot of tasks or a big task to do in front of us, we usually fear how are we going to do. But because Krishna is with us and he is the doer, we are able to accomplish the task.
That is correct.
So that is very wonderful, Guruji.
If you know that we are not attached to the results, if you are attached to Krishna, then Krishna will do it through us. That's it. We don't. That's even whatever we are doing right now with studying Bhagavad Gita. So many devotees every day, continuously for years. This is not an ordinary task. This is Krishna's mercy only. It's happening.
Yes, Guruji, very true. And thank you so much, Guruji. You're making this happen. We are really indebted to you for that. Thank you once again, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna to everyone.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Ravin Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Guruji, wonderful class, Guruji. Krishna himself said that Mama Bhavam Agataha. So that is what we were discussing. So that we will get Krishna's nature, but we will not become Krishna. So that's very clear.
Madbhavam Agataha.
Madbhavam Agataha. So wonderful learning, Guruji. Wonderful question answers. No questions, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna.
Gayatri Shivakumar Mataji. Chandrakanta Mataji, Hare Krishna. Kadiravan Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Today's class is also wonderful class, Guruji. Thanks for the lecture. No doubts, no questions, Guruji. Thank you. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Ram Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Ram. Manoranjan Sagu Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Manoranjan Sagu Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Very wonderful session. Really, I'm very indebted to you. I'm on the way to college. Really, actually, today's class is very important. That the Sita or Samar, the Krishna, there are the two sides. You have to tolerate it. That is the process, the course of life. So pain and distress and joy. So they're the two sides of the same coin. Always Kunti asks for suffering. So it's a great class. Very important now what we are facing through Gita. We are how to lead a very better life, perfect life. And such all slokas very important. Today's sloka is very highly essential. All slokas, we cannot delete to one of them. So thank you, Guruji. Pranam, Guruji. I'm on the way to college. So I was on the way. Thank you, Guruji. Pranam, Guruji. Sadhu Naman, Naman, Naman.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Gayatri Shivakumar Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Pranams, Guruji.
Hare
Very
Krishna.
nice class again. Once again, a very nice class, Guruji.
Yes, Mataji.
Daily in the morning, you are enlightening us with different ideas, different channelizing us in the path, Dharma path. Nice to hear, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you. So we are now studying about the Sankhya Yogam, sir.
Yes, this is Sankhya Yoga. Yes, Mataji.
Okay, Sankhya Yogam means that we are realizing about
Theoretical knowledge. Yes, Mataji.
realizing about the body and soul, the relationship.
Exactly, about the soul. Yes, about the soul, Sankhya Yoga. Jnana Yoga, Sankhya Yoga, everything are same. Yes.
Okay.
Basically,
Thank you,
theoretical
Guruji.
knowledge.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Chandrakanta Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. At that time I was doing some puja, Guruji. That's why
No
I couldn't.
problem.
Yes, yes, Guruji. This today's class is also very nice, Guruji. But the one question what I have is Swabhava, and then also the environment also enhances our Swabhava.
Yeah, it
Whatever
influences our Swabhava.
yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
influences our Swabhava. But whatever environment we will get also is based on our karma, Guruji.
No, it's based upon our attachments and our desires and all such things.
So whatever
Based upon
the
our karma, all. Based
karma,
sometimes desires, attachments, everything. Yes, ma'am.
Swabhava and environment both are linked to our the whatever the earlier birth this thing. Both are
Earlier
linked
thing
to
and this time, currently, whatever attachments we have, whatever desires we have, free will, how we are using our free will, all those things. Yes, ma'am.
no free will after our birth only it will come, no, Guruji. But the wherever we have born, whatever it is
That is
also
going to
based on our
remember,
Purva
that's going
karma.
to fully depend upon what we remember at the time of death. That's it. Whatever our mind remembers, it is going to depend upon our mind.
Okay. And Swabhava is also not based on the mind.
No, so
Swabhava is
no.
based on the karma.
Swabhava carries us to the next body, depending upon what our mind remembers at the time
Based
of.
on karma.
Yes, based on karma, whatever our mind remembers at the time of death. It is based on what we are going to remember at the time of. That's it, Mataji.
Okay, Guruji.
Gotram Chakrus Parsanam Rasanam Granam Evacha Adhistaya Manaschayam Vishayan Upasevate. Everything. What type of ear, eyes, and skin, and tongue, and nose we are going to get. It all going to depend upon our mind at the time of death. Mindset, what our mind remembers.
Okay, Guruji. But there's a subtle difference between the environment and what we live in, and also the Swabhava what we get in.
Yes.
Even though it has a mutual influence on each other.
That is correct. Yes.
Shall I understand like that way, Guruji?
Yes, Mataji. Our Swabhava gets influenced by our.
Okay, Guruji. Okay, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you for the class and be keeping us in Krishna consciousness. Hare
For example,
Krishna,
Mataji,
Hare.
like right now, you see a lot of changes when we study this Bhagavad Gita class because your environment is different, correct?
Yes.
So
Yeah, okay, Guruji.
imagine without this
I'll
Bhagavad
just
Gita
contemplate
class.
on that, Guruji.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Guruji. Yes, Guruji. Yes, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji, for keeping us in Krishna consciousness every day. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna to everyone. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Let us listen to Srila Prabhupada's Kirtan now.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.